Beacon tracking, beacon trackers. Hello everyone, today we will revisit and supplement a feature that was temporarily omitted earlier to maintain the smoothness of the process, the beacon trackers button. Its function is to record the relative position data of the beacon placement points in advance to improve efficiency during actual construction. When we click this button, a form will pop up. As you can see, the headers of this form include ID, away, right, alev, active, and description. ID represents the measurement count for the beacon placement point. Away, right, and elevation are respectively the drilling distance from the entry point to the beacon placement point, the offset distance to the right of the baseline. Here, right is positive, left is negative, and the elevation. For elevation, there are still two ways to fill it in. One is to enter the absolute elevation value, and the other is to enter the relative elevation value relative to the entry point. However, regardless of which method is chosen, do not forget to finally add the distance from the beacon center mark to the ground surface. Active is a selection function used in conjunction with the OK button on the right. For example, if we check the active checkbox for the row with ID 5 and then click the OK button at the bottom right, the data from the row with ID 5 will be transferred to this position in the Beacon Parameters tab on the beacon tracking page. This eliminates the need for manual input, reduces the chance of errors, and improves efficiency. The last one, description, is a reserved space for describing the beacon placement point. For instance, if there is a special location where on-site conditions need to be recorded, then description provides this functionality. On the right side are 4 buttons, which we will explain separately. The new button, each time it is pressed, adds a row to the form on the left. Import provides the function to import data from external sources, with the prerequisite that the header format of the external table must completely match the format of the headers in beacon trackers. It is recommended to first export an empty table, keep the headers unchanged, only adjust the data values, and then import it into the software. Export provides the function to export the data from this project outside of the software. Coming to this page, let's take the opportunity to explain the remaining 2 parameters in the Beacon Parameters tab, moment and frequency. The value for moment is automatically populated by the system. So, when is it populated? We switch to the Controller Input tab. After our software and hardware are properly connected, at the moment we click the Start button, a current value appears in this position. The system calculates the corresponding moment value based on the beacon model and the current value and automatically fills it in the space. Frequency is the operating frequency of the beacon after it is powered on, which is a default value.